I would rather spend that money on, I don't know, 100 cakes than flying someone out, bro. And you
Oh,
know that
oh,
fact.
you're getting cakes all right. You're getting cakes all right.
Oh, okay. Man, now the good question is how much has Instagram taken away from OkCupid, Tinder, Bumble, and the other
Ooh,
apps?
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't think about that till just right now. That may be one of the things that's kept Instagram as popular as it is.
That is a good point. Instagram at this point might, like you said, it might just be a dating app, and that's what kept it alive. Because it's kind of like, you know how in dating app you have like your description, you have like a bunch of pictures people can swipe through and stuff like that, and then you swipe left or you swipe right, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that essentially what Instagram has been? Like you basically like a bunch of person's pictures, uh, you know what I'm saying? You comment or whatever, then you slide into the DMs, and then it just starts off like that most times.
But like, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I want to know what that mindset is like because I've never done that. Like, I'm not gonna try to hit someone up that I don't know.
Stop, you ain't, come on, I know you flying girls out left and right, you know what I'm saying?
Please, bro.
Hey, on your trips to Colombia,
Yeah.
I know why there's a transit in Florida. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. I be, you know what I'm saying? I be in the
Bro,
shadows.
ain't no way.
I be in the
I
shadows lurking, bro.
I would rather spend that money on, I don't know, 100 cakes than flying someone out, bro. And you
Oh,
know that
oh,
fact.
you're getting cakes all right. You're getting cakes all right.
Oh, okay. But bro,
You probably
seriously, what is that meant? Like, I guess this is the whole age thing or whatever. But no, but then you hear about dudes in their like in their freaking 50s doing it too. I was like, I don't understand that mentality of like trying to talk to someone you've never met before in your life. Like,
dude, girls are getting flown out to Dubai to get shit on by camels. What are you talking about, bro?
bro, I don't I that's another thing I don't understand is flying out. Like, I don't know, man. This is a different mentality,
How,
bro.
how, how, how,
I mean, I know the thing that everyone already knows is like since likes is a currency and you can get most of your affirmation from around the world within 10 minutes that would normally take a day or a week of going to work, going out and meeting people and getting that same affirmation from them. You can now literally get in 10 minutes after you wake up. So I mean that's kind of changed. That's changed that up and I know there's a huge group of people that think really highly of themselves and we're just talking strictly physically,
yeah.
when in reality it's they're just average. And you know what, I think that's one of the reasons that whole Kevin Samuels clip, the clip from a couple years ago, became so popular is because low key dudes have been calling a lot of these girls, they didn't want to admit it, but a lot of these girls that have that whole like, well, you may not like me, but someone in Prague just can't stop following my photos. Like, but to this dude you're like, nah, you just kind of average, you're not ugly, you just average. But I think that's what struck a nerve for women, and for men it struck a match of like, thank you, that's what we've been saying, like we've been trying to talk to these people and let like, you just average, stop pretending like you look like a prime Beyonce type stuff. I don't know, that's the only thing I know, and that's something everyone's aware of. But outside of that, man, I haven't looked into none of this shit, so I don't have a good idea. And then we also got to think, homie, who the hell was the dude that came up with the slide in the DM song? That was like, I don't know, that felt like it was 2014 or some shit. I don't even know.
That sounds like a long time ago, but
Yo Gotti, 2016. All right, thank you.
god damn it, you actually looked it up.
I
I
love that.
mean,
Everyone loved that song. Thanks to dude. Instagram
that
should
was
should pay that dude. I don't know how many millions.
Instagram Steve song.
Oh, bro. Sorry to cut you off. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll
no.
stop.
He. I heard he made some good. Like that was one of the top ringtones. Like for a long time, and I'm guessing he made some money off that. That ringtone money is also good money because it's show money.
Especially back in the day. I don't. When exactly did the fly out culture start? You know what I'm saying? Your boy doing it now. You know what I'm saying? But like, when did it start?
That's got to be years, man. As long as there's been big money in athletes. I would say it happened a little bit after strip club culture became socially acceptable. So like early 10 or early thousand early 2000s.
Nah, probably late 2000s, right?
Nah, because that's when you had like a lot of the like Atlanta strip clubs and Houston strip clubs make a name for themselves,
Okay.
where dudes will come out and be like, "Yeah, we have a great time. We have food. We got parties," and it went from being this like weird, I guess stereotypical perverted, the type of guy who would like rape a choir boy type stuff to,
Right.
oh, this just it's just dudes having a party in there. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I think after that happened, because it's been happening for years, but I guess after that, that's when the whole yeah, I flew her out type stuff started becoming normal.
Yeah.
Because people with money been doing that,
Right.
but like you said, for normal people, for 9 to 5ers, like they were like, okay, if they do it, yeah, we're gonna do it too. I'm gonna fly out some chick from New Orleans, fly her on Southwest for $400 or
Oh
whatever.
my God.
I don't know. I don't know. Fly out some average looking chick for $400 or whatever. It's just like that doesn't make any sense. Like it makes sense for them with money, but like, bro,
No,
come on,
what's
man.
funny about the flyout culture now though? Because I think the flyout culture before, everybody knew what was going on, right? It
Yeah,
was very straightforward. You're gonna get
yeah,
money. You're gonna get treated to an experience, but like he's gonna get what he wants too. You know what I mean? But now
yeah,
you don't know how many times I've been on I've seen on TikTok where it's all like, oh yeah, he can fly me out, but he ain't getting nothing. I'm just like, wait, I don't think you understand what was the purpose of the
yeah.
flyout in the first place.
Exactly. You are not a Salesforce consultant. Get like, get on your knees, homie.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
especially if you're being flown outside the country,
oh yeah, you already know. You already
you
know what time.
know,
You know what time it is.
it's you better be ready because
You know what time it
you're in foreign waters, man.
is.
Bro, all them holes better be open.
Yeah.
Bro.
But to earn that check,
That's what I mean. So yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah, what you just said, I don't understand that with the ones that are like, I don't even have to do anything. You do. I was like,
It's like
bro, if someone's paying $5,000 to fly you out, the implication is there.
okay,
Like,
so I'm not trying to even play devil's advocate because I think it's too stupid to in this situation because we know why they were flown out in the first place. But they'll be like, oh, he just wants to meet me. He wants to what's the word they used? Court me. I have never
yeah,
I've never used that word before, but
bro.
something about court. He wants to like have my time. He's offering to spend time with me. Yeah, he's offering to spend time with you, but it's a specific type of activities he wants in that set amount of time.
Yeah, bro. It's some wild stuff, man. Now,
yo, I mean,
oh,
for the, I mean, I don't know how it is in the States, but like what goes on here, where the girls are flown to, Dubai, Saudi, whatever, those kind of countries. In those situations, it's 10K, 10K US dollars or more for like a week.
mm,
And then, but then in that particular situation, what's all the details are like already agreed upon. Like, if I'm flying you out here for this much, here's what's going to happen X, Y, Z. And it's like
Hel-
you guys said, it's happening in a DM on
Helicopter,
Instagram.
helicopter.
interesting.
Yeah, so there's no surprises. Like you know what you're getting yourself into, and they still go like thorough because 10K in the States might not be that much, but out here 10K is dude, that is life changing money. So people, these are socialites be lining up for it, man. Why would you? Okay, I guess it depends what you're looking for. But if you're just looking to smash for the night, why would you go on DMs over Tinder? Like Tinder sounds like it will be way
Okay,
more successful,
one,
less work.
like there's like a formula to it. Like they're like, yo, you gotta like a bunch of their pictures first. After that, you gotta wait a little bit. That way they see it, they think about it. Then you send them a DM. Then you like, then there's a whole like DM like system on like what you say and how you say it. I don't know. I don't know.
But doesn't that sound like a lot more work than just swiping?
Or just getting an escort.
Yeah, dating app is randomized. It's randomized, so you don't really know who you're gonna end up like seeing or swiping on.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
think it's because I've never done the whole just random
Link up.
DM on Insta like
Lies, lies,
just
lies, bro.
No,
that whatever cold message or whatever you call it. Like
yeah, yeah.
it's just
Because
weird to me. Like
It's weird, and I think it's weird to us in the same way that it's weird for people now to walk up to someone and talk to them live,
Perfect example.
cold.
That's a perfect example. That's a perfect example. No
So
lie.
and so yeah, I'm way
Yep.
more comfortable, man, woman, child, old, whatever. I'm more comfortable walking up to someone and talking to them as you have things like context clues, body language, whatever to just stuff around you
Environment, yeah.
to bring up conversation versus you know, DMing after liking a few pics or whatever. It like it doesn't
Yo,
feel.
yo,
Yeah.
what up, Shouty? What that do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and it's different if you DM a girl who like follows who follows like maybe follows me and then you follow Phil. I mean, if there's like a link, like she can see, okay, this
Mutual
dude is
friends.
like
Yeah,
within.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we have mutual friends. That's okay. But you have like no links at all. Like you just her photo just popped up on your
Hey,
search, whatever.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You gotta see what that mouth do though.
I
I
mean
mean,
at that
so would you just send out like 20 DMs on the day and just see, let me see Lotto, like the Lotto, let me see who texts me back.
One of those dudes, that fresh guy who did that, Phil. He's like, oh, I saw a thumbnail where it's like, oh, I DM 100 girls a day. Actually, that's not even just him.
yeah,
That's a bunch of
I
that's a
think
bunch of dudes that do that. Actually, now that I remember it.
yeah, it's a bunch. Yeah, it's a bunch of dudes that do that, and just hopefully somewhere between 1 to 5
Respond.
start up something.
Yeah.
That just
Wow.
seems like a crazy waste of time, bro. Like
I mean,
if you if you really
it
that
all goes
thirsty,
with
man,
your style.
just go hire someone, bro. Like that's just
No, but the whole point is
This,
getting it for free.
yeah, but they're not. I would say the percentages, and this is just a guess, and my guess is
yeah.
based off. This is my guess is based off the stats from all the dating platforms that they've released over the last like 5 to 7 years,
Yeah.
plus the stats of over 30 if it's not 33 to 35% of dudes between 18 to 30 are still virgins. So when you combine those numbers together and the type of person that would actually slide into a DM would probably be more on the younger side, it makes you think that the success rate is very low
No, yeah.
just based off those two things. Like,
Another thing is like if you compare the amount of users on dating apps compared to Instagram, dude, everybody has an Instagram though. Like everybody. So like there's more people on there that like there's a larger sample size there.
yeah. So like when you factor in all those numbers, the chances that some dude is gonna slide into a DM and be successful, it has me thinking it's minimal. Like it has to be single digits percentage, like
I then I would take it.
sub 8,
I would.
sub 7.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, my field goal percentage is like LeBron's field goal percentage. That's all I'm gonna say. But
I mean, his free throw percentage,
hey,
which,
hey,
which is still which is
hey,
still be successful in real world. If
exactly.
you're picking up 67%,
Yeah, bro.
that's successful.
That's a W. That's a W.
Yeah,
Everybody else is at like a half that rate. But
bro, halves. Man, a percentage of that, like
yeah.
1%.
I think if it's probably you can probably safe to say that it's mainly just for the celebrities because I remember I was watching a video of some YouTuber and there was some girl there that he was talking to and um she was like, oh yeah, I talked to Future, I had a fling with Future, blah blah blah, and he looked at her and he's like no offense, but Future only probably goes for like 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, maybe like 8 out of 10. You're probably like a 6 or 7, no offense. And she was like,
Ooh,
she's like, oh, I don't take offense because I'm not lying. And she's like, I can show it to you off camera. She showed him her phone and like DMs and stuff like that, verified check mark, all that kind of stuff. And he was just like, yo, like his mind was actually blown. His mind was actually they linked up and everything. His mind was actually blown.
yeah, man. Hey, dude, you'd be
Remember this?
surprised, man.
Doesn't this go back to another conversation we had where we said, look, just because you're a celebrity and you can get a 10, you've had 50 tens. You're gonna, you're just like anything else, man. You can eat filet mignon every day, but it loses its taste after a while. Then
Yeah,
you start looking for that wild meat. You know what I
it's
mean?
true.
That
that
It's
wild
true.
game.
that wild game meat.
And
Yes.
especially if this person is willing to do certain things,
Yep.
Yo,
Yeah,
it's a
But
premium.
okay, yes, but okay, let's circle back to the Dubai stuff. When did okay, I understand people getting flown out to like domestically. When did they start getting flown out internationally for that weird camel shit? Like I understand people have developed weird fetishes, but like you get flown out,
Forever.
like you get
Forever.
but you
no,
no,
no
but
way,
Forever.
but but the
no
but
way.
the thing is, those countries, are like really repressed, and the people who, the locals just are not offering those services. That's when you have to start flying people in from outside, because the local people are not willing to do certain things, right? So that's why you would target someone who is, not financially stable, and then, their bar is lower.
It's about finances. Like you still get like pretty high end people going out for from the
No,
U.S.
but if you're if a person, if 10K is life changing money for a person, they're more willing to do crazier things, right?
I see. I know. I hear what
If
you're saying.
that 10K is not really life changing, then be like, well, I'm not gonna do one and two, but I'll do two and three. Now it becomes like a negotiation.
Right.
So yeah, but if you're flying stuff in from outside the country, it means you either cannot mess with the locals for maybe for privacy reasons or something, or the locals just can't meet whatever you're trying to get.
I guess. Yeah. I guess that's just a weird activity to have someone do, in my opinion.
Yo,
Oh yeah, it's super weird.
but like Kenya said, these dudes have been they've had everything granted to them since the time they were born. The ones that have been born into wealth.
Yeah.
Like there's never been a no to them. So at some point you just get bored that you don't know. I don't know what that's like when you're that bored of something that you're just like I'm just that's it. I just need to shit on something. I need to shit on something.
It's like a humiliation kink.
Yeah. But again, that's
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people because there's plenty of rich people that have never gone to that extreme. 'Cause
True.
that's got to be something in you that like is curious about that kind of stuff.
Not
Um,
it's not even curiosity at that point. It's just boredom. You're trying to satisfy like
it's boredom,
Yeah.
but curiosity too, man. Because
yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'd get sick of eating a prime, like a prime New York strip every day if I had to do it for 6 months. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna go eat some shit. That just means, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna go switch over to like pizzas for a little bit. I wouldn't go to shit. It's a thing, bro. I don't
Well,
know, man.
Some of it too is just a power trip, right? Like some of these guys might be like, man, let's just keep asking for dumb shit to see if we can ever hit a limit. Like,
right.
what is the limit, right? Because now you
Yeah.
reach a stage of wealth where people are just pawns to you. Like you just start coming up with dumb shit just for the. It doesn't even turn you on or anything. It's just like this. Let's just ask this person to do this thing just to see what is the human limit of where people will go for money, and
Right.
then that just makes them laugh.
Right.
It's not even to turn them on; they just laugh and just to tell the story to their other rich friends. Like man, these poor people, man, they don't have any limits, man. Like we made them do this, and they just laugh about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
IG is probably just for like the the top players.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I think you made a good point. It's just that there's some people who will never be on a Tinder for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And they will definitely be on they will definitely have an Insta, but there's a good chance they're never gonna make it to Tinder or those apps. So
Right.
if you're looking for those kind of people, then I guess you'll be forced to find a find a way to just get in the DM and hope that your your game can pull through.
That's all it is. Snapchat's somewhat relevant to this, right? Or it used to be.
Hmm.
I know it used to be at least.
it used to be.
Like I know Snapchat was like a big thing, like because the people were so enamored by the idea of like messages being deleted after you send them, so it gave people that sense of that same thing Omegle does, where people are on Omegle and they feel emboldened to say whatever and like because like they don't feel like anything there is permanent.
Yeah, but it was unfortunately it wasn't really temporary, because for a while you could still do screenshots, and then when they blocked screenshots, there was apps you could download that would still take the
Yeah,
screenshot,
you're right. You're right about that.
and
You're right
apps
about
that
that.
would download the video. So
You're right about that.
what I mean, Snapchat became, known to me mostly because that's how, girls would send nudes, right? They would feel comfortable enough to send nudes to guys, but little did they know that these guys have the apps, to
And then
save
and
to
then
save it and send to all their boys,
and then it all got dumped on Reddit. That's where they all end up.
or yeah, or on Reddit. So I think for a while it was really hot, but then
It kind of dropped.
once all that stuff started happening,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was the fact that the privacy part was not, they couldn't hold up that part of the deal, and then the augmented reality where it changes your face and all that was hot for a little bit. The selfies.
Yeah, I mean, what would you do if you could run Twitter right now? What would you do to improve it? Like, what's a big ask of Twitter users?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's actually what I was trying to back pace into what we were already talking about. Um, hold on. So we were talking about all these apps, but like one thing, because we were talking about how like a lot of apps like make shit disappear or you can like erase them or whatever. But like on Twitter, the one once you post something, it's kind of there. You can't. There's no edit button. You know what I'm saying? You have to delete it. But even when you delete it, like so many people have already like retweeted it and like take a snapshot, have taken a snapshot and retweeted it on their account. So it's like
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw not Alban Preach, but Playback's latest video. It was about this.
haven't.
You're gonna hit your head on a wall. It's this girl on TikTok saying like $120,000 is like nothing. It's like
Oh, time out. That is the okay. I did watch that one. I didn't because they sometimes they post like every day or every other day. So I was like, I feel like
yeah,
I
yeah.
miss it. I think I did catch that one.
So she was just like, dude, if you make like only 10,000 a month or 120, that's broke. I cannot survive on that. And people took the survive word and they're like, you don't know what that means because like she's like and then like she kept going and she kept making more and more videos. She's like, I don't really care what y'all think about me, but that yet she kept making more videos and she was just like, yeah, like I can't survive. Like my rent is 2,000. I don't want to live with like a roommate or something like that. And I'm just like, then that's not surviving. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like people were just going off on her for like not for like getting the words luxury and like survive completely out of whack. But I think she tried deleting it, but even then it was like you can't, like, you know what I'm saying, like once it's retweeted and other people start posting it, like actually I think it's gotten to a point where other people know that other people delete it, so they from the get go they just download someone that video and they just repost it on their account.
Mhm.
That way everyone gets flooded to them because once the original video gets deleted, they have to go somewhere.
Wait, okay, no, I didn't see her on playback, but yeah, I saw it somewhere else. What does she do like money wise to earn
Oh,
money?
that's what made it worse. That's what made it even worse. She says she's like a part-time hostess or like waitress or whatever, and then she's got like I love when people I don't love it, but like I say it sarcastically. I love when people say this, but they're like, I got multiple businesses on the sides or side hustles on the side.
So OnlyFans or like
Yeah,
tricking?
and that's I was on stream the other day talking about this too. I was like, that's kind of the assumption I made because the only reason why you would not want to specifically state a broad sector of what those side things are because you're ashamed that you have it or something like that because no one would be ashamed to be like, oh yeah, I'm kind of dipping my toes in real estate or I'm saying like the housing market or crypto. Like no one be afraid to say that, you know what I mean? So like that is what I assumed. But like to be doing that and to be a part-time hostess and act like you're so high above everyone else, it's just kind of like what.
So I'm assuming her parents got money or her family got money or she inherited money, maybe?
I she
I do need to watch the playback video. I haven't watched theirs,
she
so
she talked about it briefly. I think her parents made very well money.
oh, okay. Okay. That makes
She's talking about because she's like if you make 10,000 a month you can't that's like you can't do anything, you can't survive on that. And then people started trying to break down her expenses and she's like my apartment is $2,000, my food is another $1,000, and then or I think she said 1,000 to 2,000 or something like that. And then and then so people tried to get her to break down her expenses even more and she's like Do any of y'all smoke weed? Cause I smoke weed. Do you know how expensive that is? Do you guys have fun? Like she was just going on a downward spiral. But the main point of like this, that was just an example of showing like you can try it. Like I don't know whether she did or not, but let's say she did try to delete it, it wouldn't matter because by the time one person, I'm telling you, people don't even like wait. Like they just see something, they see, oh, this could kind of be like trendy, so they just straight up download the person's post or whatever, or the TikTok or whatever, and they run with it. And now that one person's downloaded, it can just multiply like a virus.
But all right, so I will say,
Is that a Twitter problem or an internet problem like that? Right?
They do it on every platform except for Instagram
Hmm.
for the most part.
And Instagram. I mean, I have an app that downloads stories, and videos of other people's accounts. Like,
So that's your
so
thing.
if I see something, yeah, if I do, I usually use it when I see something really dope, like a sports highlight or something.
Right.
But someone else would use it for what you're saying. So I wouldn't blame Twitter for that. I mean, you
No, no, no.
posted it on there.
Yeah, yeah. I
It
don't.
was posted to the world.
No, I don't blame it. I'm just saying, like people. I don't know. It's like a 50-50 thing because it's like, oh, I'm anonymous, but at the same time, if you're not anonymous, then it's gonna stick with you. Like
Yeah,
like
I mean,
like
Twitter could try to create a feature to make it much harder for someone else to download the video. But I mean, there's just too many programmers out there. They'll figure a way.
But that's kind of why I don't I don't like I kind of like Twitter not having an edit button because it's like
Mhm.
if you say what you say, then it's gonna stay there whether you try to delete it or not.
yeah, I don't.
Mhm.
That's the thing I never understood by those people that were like, we need an edit button. I was like, but if you have hundreds or thousands of people basing their reply off your original comment, like,
Oh, dude, and that I think that's why they wouldn't do it because it's like then you make it seem like, oh no, this is what I said. This is you know what I'm saying. Then it's like it makes all the other people look crazy.
yeah. So I don't think you can ever have an edit button, bro. I think you just got to go ahead and post another comment clarifying what you said originally.
Most people who want it, like for example, most people in my community who say they want it, it's just because they do a typo and they want it to look professional. Otherwise, they don't really care. You know what I mean?
I will say this: are you allowed to edit if no one has replied or no one has
No, no,
retweeted
you're
or?
not. You're not allowed to edit. Period. Period.
I would say I would add that if no one has retweeted or commented to your shit, I would allow an edit period.
Here's what I'll say. That doesn't that most people in the top half of engagement, hell, in the top 75 in engagement, that would not affect because they're most likely going to get a like or a retweet within the first maybe like 2-3 minutes. No, and if you're in the top 50%, you're gonna get a notification immediately. So
Yeah,
it would affect a very small majority of people, anyways.
yeah. I don't know,
I like
but
the idea that there's no edit because that makes it almost like blockchain. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
that's a good point.
transparent, clear.
That's,
I don't mind it.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I'm
To
trying I'm trying to imagine that same shit with like the whole fly out and everything happen on Twitter. It just won't. It just really won't.
That would be cool if you got a list
Oh,
of who's being flown out, like a schedule almost.
no, stop. No, stop. No, no, Deshaun Watson. Do you remember Deshaun Watson's case where he has like 22 lawsuits filed against him, and
Yeah.
there was like Instagram messages sent, but like some of them, like a lot of them were like unsended. So like now you have screenshots of some of them, but not all of them. So there's just like this blank period of like who said what happened type shit, but you can't like assume. So it just kind of gets thrown out essentially.
Yeah, I don't, man, I don't know. I, I don't know. I don't know.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Stop sending DMs if you don't like if you send a DM, you have to assume that somebody's gonna screenshot it or a message.
I
You just have to assume at this
I
point.
thought that's what you should do on the internet in general. Like like like
Yeah.
like didn't like we haven't talked about it like on this level, but I remember there was some kind of digital footprint video or articles that were talking about like literally everything you do is like on the internet is like Facebook or Google, they like store it and like on a forever.
Hmm.
Oh, it was with that dude Edward Snow. I'm probably getting his name wrong. The dude that
Oh,
got exiled.
Snowden.
So yeah, the dude
Yeah.
dude got exiled. He's like, dude, they're tracking people and everything they do to the point where they could probably make a replica of you and all of your tendencies, all of your likes. They could probably make a better version of you. Like, oh, I'm saying that figuratively, but you know what I mean. So that the data's being collected, but like it's not. Yeah, it's not getting erased really.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's but I think it's like you said, some things are going to be accepted to the point that no one's going to care. The same way we don't care about, you know, DMs and flout culture and cheating, where it used to be a big thing. It's kind of just been accepted
I,
now.
I think I
Like,
I think it is, but yeah, go ahead. I think
who
it is.
knows, man? 20 years from now, what's going to be more accepted? And it's going to get to a point where you're going to become less and less worried or conscious of like how much you're sharing of yourself. 'Cause you're like everyone else is doing it, I don't care
Bro,
type
and,
stuff.
and and that's the crazy thing with like people like to be
Oh
surprised.
yeah, that's what I wanted to run back on. That was something I learned a few weeks ago, and this is something I guess I should have known. Kenya, maybe you already knew this, but a lot of those DMs that you get from, the blue check marks or like people's accounts, a lot of that shit is just like their right hand man or like their dude that takes care of that sort of stuff. They'll be like, yeah, come on, fly on out. And it's just to invite them to a party that they're having, or so yeah, just a gathering, some shit like that for one of the homies, not necessarily the entertainer, right?
Ah,
But it's for one
okay.
of the homies. So she does get flown out,
I heard
she
about
is
this.
taken care of. She will get a couple G's or a couple stacks, whatever. But it's not to be like, oh yeah, yeah, Drake flew me out or whatever. No, it's like one of Drake's
Homies.
people's,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, flew you out, and you got to party with them as a group collective, but some other dude smash you, whatever. So that's pretty common. That's why you hear a lot of the stories of like chicks that, they're not necessarily ugly, but you're not exactly IG top tier models. So they're just flying randoms out just to see who will come out
Right,
type stuff.
right.
And if a ticket, and they're flying them on coach or standard economy. So if you're being flown, a ticket's only going to be about $600-700,
Spirit,
which is nothing for them.
Spirit
So
Airlines.
yeah, so I was like, yeah, that totally makes sense. I get that. I was like, man, that's common sense. I should have known that.